What's your life like?
My life right now, it has been kind of silent. I've just been more so watching what's around me and what I have been encountering most of and questioning, okay, why am I always being encountered by people that do this or people that do that? Why am I always in these constant sort of situations with other people and or myself? So it's been a very silent phase as of right now in my life.
Amazing. Nice. Are you doing the silent prayer?
I'm actually not familiar
You're not? Okay.
with it.
And you said your sister told you about us, right?
Yes, sir.
Did she tell you to forgive your mother?
All the time.
And have you done it? That means no.
I thought I have. I think I more so acknowledged what she was going through instead of actually forgiving her.
Yeah. And why haven't you forgiven her?
Because I guess when I build up the courage to say, you know what, okay, today's the day, then it's just something, it's so weird because something just happens where I'm just like, now I'm kind of angry again. I'm kind of resenting you all over again. So it's just like, another day, I guess, but.
And that's why you haven't done it?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir, that's why.
And how will you enter into the kingdom of heaven within if you don't forgive? How will you ever have peace if you don't forgive your mother?
It's no way.
You love your hell?
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Well,
If you don't love your hell, why do you keep giving into hell when they tell you not to forgive your mother? Get mad again, don't forgive. Why do you keep obeying your hell if you don't love it?
I guess because it just seems like a lot of work.
A lot of work to forgive?
In a way, yes.
How much work does it take to forgive her?
Well, like I said, I could really relate to what she was saying of like, you know, I could definitely forgive her and just accept what she was giving me as what she had. But then, you know, she constantly does the same thing. So it's just kind of like, I can forgive you and like say, put a stamp on it, like, yeah, I forgive you, but now I have to learn how to work with you because you're still doing, you're still who
I
you
understand, yeah. But if you forgive her, you don't have to work with her. Because you will change, she'll stay the same, but you will change. You don't need her to change at all. It's about you changing, not her. Because you're already just like your mama. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
And how do you feel about that?
I mean, my mother she's not just the wicked witch, you know, she's not awfully terrible, but I do recognize a lot of the other side of her within me, most definitely.
Yeah, and how do you feel about being like the person you hate?
It's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable.
But not enough to want to overcome it?
It's problematic.
What does that mean?
It's problematic. It's a very problematic place that I'm aware of. And I'm like, okay, I have to navigate. I'm seeing what I'm faced with, but I mean, just put it plain, like you said, I am definitely going to have to forgive her.
You're going to have to face it. What does problematic mean? When you say it's problematic, what does that mean?
It's problematic because it's so strange, and I just hate to just give a mouthful here, but a lot of the things that I've witnessed on the outside with my mom and just seeing, just on the outside, just how her life went, I'm starting to witness. And I'm starting to kind of like react how she reacted in those situations. I'm like, well, it didn't really, the way she reacted was not beneficial. And I'm trying to work against of like, okay, I've seen this before on my mom, and I don't want to repeat that.
But you can't help yourself. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Amazing. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
It's never going to change. You're only going to get worse if you don't face your mother. Realize just as you can't help yourself, you're just like her in those areas, and you can't help it. You don't want to be that way. She became like her mother, and she doesn't want to be that way. But that spirit of evil has made a home in her, and that's what's driving you. So you're going to have to face your mother when you realize you can't help yourself. It'll cause you to realize she can help herself. And that will cause you to forgive her. Then you become free of her, and you'll be yourself. You have a boyfriend?
I do.
You give him hell?
Oh, that's when I realized. That's when I realized, I'm like, something's really wrong here.
You don't have kids yet, right?
No, sir.
You're going to do the same thing to your children that your mother has done to you if you don't get rid of that spirit. And you're going to shake in your boots, but you got to face your mother. You got to face the fear. And have no expectation. Don't expect her to apologize or anything. Mother, I'm sorry for resenting you. I realize now you can help yourself. I'm just like you. I can't help it, so I realize you can't help yourself. And she doesn't need to apologize. You need to forgive her, and God will forgive you. Don't ask for forgiveness, but forgive her. Otherwise, you're going to drive your boyfriend away. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Do you want to lose him?
I don't.
Then you're driving him away, though. Because he's too beta to deal with it. Have you noticed he's too beta to handle you?
It is a challenge. It's very problematic.
How do you feel about it, knowing that you were a man that can't handle you?
I can't find the word for how it makes me feel, but it just makes me feel like I'll never be satisfied.
You what?
Like, nothing will ever be right.
Yeah. Have you told him he's too weak?
Oh, I have not.
And why not?
Well, because I really appreciate his efforts, especially since I've come to this full awareness of I am just like my mother, and she required and still requires a level of patience. So I appreciate his patience. I don't want to say, oh, you're weak and I'm just crazy. I'm everywhere. I'm climbing the walls. But I want to let him know I appreciate his efforts. So I haven't, told him,
But why not? If you love him, you would tell him. Because you need him to be strong to help you through your hell.
Can I ask you, what does that look like?
What does what look like?
Like being strong for your woman that's climbing up trees.
To not resent her, don't ever get angry at her. Be honest with her about climbing the trees, but don't get angry at her because you understand she can't help it. But to be honest about it. How does that sound?
That sounds 100% doable.
But you gotta let him know though, because he doesn't know. His mother made him weak. What?
I'm just listening.
Did his mother do that to him, make him weak?
I hate to just say it out loud, but it does come with its things.
Yeah. So how will he help you when he's dealing with his mother? He's dating a woman that's just like his mother. What the? What?
I'm just speechless.
And why?
Well, because I've always, like I said, ever since I've realized that I am exactly like my mother, I have just been looking at everything.
Yeah.
And I don't want to look at him like, oh, like he's weak. Because like I said, I appreciate his efforts. But I do see a lot of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't want to come out outrightly and say, oh, you're beta. Get out of here. I don't want to, come on too strong.
But if you love him, don't be angry at him for being beta. He can't help him, just as you can't help yourself. And if you loved him, you would be honest with him, but not judge him. Otherwise, you're going to end up married a beta, and the war is just going to get worse. You guys are going to fight through the whole marriage, and the marriage won't last, and you'll have some children, and you'll destroy them, and the whole cycle repeats itself. Because two betas coming together.
Yes.
So what?
It is indeed problematic. Yes.
Yeah. But you have a chance to make it right now by working on you, and don't resent him and his weakness. Be honest with him, because he can't help it just as you can't help it. He's literally dealing with his mother and you. So you're 2 times a mother. Very problematic. You're your mother and you're his mother.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
How can I say this? How would I go about with him and his mother? Like that whole situation.
Just say, I noticed that you're just like your mother.
So that's it?
Yes.
That's all there is to it?
And let him know. But once you start to truly work on yourself and you go and forgive your mother, you'll be able to tell him how to do it too. He needs to forgive his mother so he can overcome her spirit. You see how to work on him, but you got to work on you first.
Yeah.
But just don't resent him for the way he is now. Just as you can't help it, your mother can't help it. None of us can help ourselves. We have to see what's going on and overcome it.
Okay.
That make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I want you to start, I recommend you start doing the silent prayer. Well, let me ask, that'll tell you how to get to it on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
I want you to, are you a Christian?
I'm converting. I haven't been baptized.
Good.
Oh.
And you're converted from what to what?
Oh, oh, this is great. So my parents kind of brought us up being Hebrew Israelite. I don't know if anybody has heard.
Hebrew Israelite?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we were kind of brought up on that faith, but once they divorced, they kind of just mellowed out.
Yeah. So you converted from that to what?
Hopefully Christianity.
Oh, okay. Don't convert yet. Don't stay there either. Don't identify with either one. And I just want you to work on you, and the Father will guide you. God will guide you. He's already inside of you. He will guide you. So I don't want you to go from identify with the Israelite mess and then go and identify with the Christian mess. It'll just be another identity. So just work on overcoming anger and watching what's going on in you, and you will see the right way to go. Your identity will come from God, not some identities you picked up. That make sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So work on that. Do the silent prayer every morning, every night. Face your mother. When you ask your father why did he help you with your mother, what did he say?
Like, what do you mean?
Like when you ask your father, Dad, why don't you help me with my mother? Why did you help protect me from my mother? What did he say?
Oh, goodness. I haven't asked an exact question like that. But he's always kind of known she needed special attention. And he's tried to help her, but once he did try to kind of help her, she got very defensive.
Yeah. Okay, well, forgive your father for not protecting you. He couldn't deal with her. He is just like your boyfriend. What do you think about that?
I think it's a nice thing. It's a great thing because I truly do. I appreciate my father. I absolutely love him. I
But
adore
you don't
him.
want him to be weak.
No, I don't.
Right.
I do not.
Your boyfriend is weak like your father in dealing with you and his mother. Amazing, huh? Any question about that?
I don't think I have any questions. I think you've answered a lot of things I didn't even know I needed.
Right.
So
I understand that.
thank